Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is time to spill the tea because it's time for entertainment news. And of course, we had to keep Leanne here because you like spilling some tea?
I love tea.
Oh.
Tea all day.
Yes.
Probably back in the day, you would have had to carry this.
Yeah.
You would have had to been the person spilling the tea every day.
True story. It's nice now to just receive the tea and not be the one making the tea.
Yes. And I
She's gonna
absolutely
stir,
love it.
though.
Let the juniors do it. Yes, I'm here to absolutely serve all of y'all. And we got to get into some local and international news. We get started with maybe not the best of news, where we have a local star who's a podcaster, TV personality, as well as a sangoma. And unfortunately, her son has passed away. Her name is Gogo Skoteni, and yeah, he's been in hospital for 2 years in the ICU. Basically, he was born without that tube that passes food into the stomach, and he's undergone multiple surgeries to try to get him to a point of living a great life. And unfortunately, at 3 years old, he passed away.
You cannot even begin to think about this as a parent. And I know it's a cliche because we say this every time we have to embrace this, but it's literally your brain can't compute because it's beyond something that's within your emotional scope. And I think any parent would be able to speak to that. But I realized going to the Red Cross Children's Hospital, you forget about the journey in between. So in these moments, you can understand, but what about the months spent in hospital where there's no one else by your side? It's just you and your child, and you're trying to impart your strength to them. So for what she has had to go through to get to this point, that alone would break anybody, but this is obviously the most tragic way to round off that chapter.
Our thoughts and prayers are with her and the family. I can think of nothing more devastating, absolutely.
Definitely, and she was saying that because she couldn't spend as much time in the hospital because, you know, there are restrictions, she just wanted to be near him. So she got a tattoo in remembrance even before he passed, just to say, this is my way of also holding on to my child in this time. So we definitely are sending you our love and our prayers in this really difficult time and very complicated emotional time to work through. Well, let's move on to some news about Adele. We love Adele. Bow down to yet another queen. She's been performing across the entire world and we've been loving to see it. And she actually had a performance in Las Vegas, and then she announced that she's taking a little bit of a break because I think she deserves it.
She deserves it. One person that works very, very hard is Adele. But you know what? It's not just the singing, it's the working of the crowd. It's the walking in between people, connecting with people. Those are life-changing moments that audience will never, ever, ever forget.
And she's that. She will bring you up onto stage. If she sees you singing, she will come and sit down next to you. She's got that. But we often forget because she creates such a gravitas with her body of work. She needs time to sit down, live life, and write.
Enjoy
and
her
just
engagement.
be normal. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, how do you fill that emotional cup back up to be able to pour it all out?
Well, let's have a listen to what she actually said.
And I have really enjoyed performing for nearly 3 years now, which is the longest I've ever done and probably the longest I will ever do. But I have 10 shows left after this, back in my residency, because I was poorly earlier on in the year, so those got delayed. And obviously everything was supposed to be my last show. I'm thrilled that it's not, because I still have and that's exactly 5 weeks of shows, because you know it's like weekends and stuff like that, and 10 shows to do. But after that, I will not see you for an incredibly long time, and I will hold you dear in my heart for that whole next of my break, and I will fantasize about these shows and any shows that I've done over the last 3 years. And I will really, really hold them in the bottom of my heart forever. It has been amazing. I just need a rest, and I have spent the last 7 years building a new life for myself, and I want to live it now. I want to live my new life that I've been building, and I will miss you terribly.
We will miss her too.
What I love about that, if you didn't hear the people screaming, you would have assumed she was just chilling in the lounge with us, just catching up with the old mates. I mean, the accent I absolutely love, but she is just so down to earth. It is ridiculous. And when she explains it like that, you're like, girl, you take a decade off. Live your life.
Don't do that, please. Don't take 10 years off. Don't be like Rihanna that we're still waiting for the music. But she definitely has a well-deserved break coming her way to also enjoy with a man and her child. I mean, come on. Maybe we'll get another child and another album in that time. We'll see. Well, there's still some more news because somebody has graced our presence in Cape Town in particular. It is Film Week, which celebrates everything to do with film, from behind the scenes to in front of the scenes. And Steve Harvey said, hello, South Africa. And I feel like he's kind of South African at this point. I mean, he's been here before. He shot his show here too.
Yeah.
And he must just come down. We can even give him a name. He can be Sipho or somebody, you know? Sipho Harvey. I think that suits him quite well. But he's made an appearance, of course, at Cape Town International Convention Centre. And it was just good to see him on the ground.
And we were wanting to get him on the show so desperately, and he was in and out. If he had just hung around one more day, I mean, who comes to Cape Town and doesn't stay for 3 weeks? At least,
Steve
come
Harvey,
on, guy, come on. But I love the fact that he gets it. He understands the hotbed of talent here in South Africa.
Well, speaking about talent, Graham, I love the way you've said that. That wraps up your entertainment news, but we still got more entertainment coming your way in the light of silver flutes. Let's see this.